So I'm going to do a fairly simple turning today. It's going to have a live edge on it, at least I hope it will. So I have my smaller safety center in here. I found the center there and just chiseled a little bit off. I found the center over here, and I'm going to have it up against my live center. What I'll do is get the shape on it, and I'll probably just turn a recess all while it's between these centers, and then we'll get it flipped around and turn this side. Let's go ahead and get that mounted up and get going. Alright, I'm going to start with a 1/2 inch bowl gouge, about 750 RPM. I forgot to mention, I'm really not sure what kind of wood this is. It was near a box that had some apple wood that Dave Calmwood Creations sent me. This doesn't look like apple. I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of Dave and see if he remembers anything about it. Okay, that's actually looking pretty nice. I also found a crack right here, so I've decided to put a tenon on it instead of a recess. I just don't trust that. It's not feeling like really strong wood. We'll get set up and we'll do that. By the way, I sent a picture to Dave of this piece before I started on it. He didn't recognize it. So we're not sure what it is. Somehow I ended up with 2 badons, so I've ground this one so that I can cut tenons with it with the tailstock in the way, and it works great for that. That should do it. Okay, I'm not going to sand this or anything. I want to get it flipped around, get it on that tenon, see how it's running, and then we'll finish the shape. Alright, I've got it flipped around. It's running really nice. Just show you that little center again. And it went right here. It's the smallest thing I have that I can get in here and not cut any of this away. Now, I'll probably end up turning this away, but I don't know, so I still have a chance to leave something. Anyways, that's it for the day, and I'll see you in the morning. Alright, things actually changed as I turned this. It started out with some pretty plain looking grain without color. I put a little denatured alcohol on it and was really surprised. There's a lot of color in it. But this morning I noticed there's a lot of really small cracks. I don't think they're going to be a problem. There is one big one. I'm less worried about it than these little small ones. So now that I have it flipped around, the shape is pretty good. I want to refine it with the negative rake scraper. We'll do a little sanding and then we'll see if we can cut this out. About 700 RPM. Alright, I just wanted to do something to the bottom here. I'm going to get set up and I'll show you a little bit of sanding, but we're not going to even go all the way through the grits because I don't know what it's going to look like on the inside. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of sanding. I'm in reverse at 450 RPM, 120 grit. Oh, that's looking nice. So I'm going to touch up my 1/2-inch bowl gouge and we'll start turning. But this is the setup that I use. Most people do. It's called the Very Jig. Works great. No, it isn't. It's called the Very Grind. Okay, here we go. We're turning about 900 RPM. I stopped, I did a little bit of measuring, but as small as this is, it's actually hard to determine where I'm at. And I don't have enough room to get my calipers down there, so I'm sort of guessing. So I'm going to work on the wall right now because I can measure that. It's about the same up and down. I want to try to clean up this knot at least a little bit more. actually think that's getting pretty close, so I'm going to see what I can come up with to actually measure that. Alright, I was able to confirm the thickness on the bottom. Looks like I have a 1/4 inch left after I clean up the tenon, so we're going to go with that. Now I'm going to use a negative brick scraper and have a look at the crack that showed up from this side and decide if I want to fill it or not. Well, that actually looks pretty good. I think I'll get this sanded up, put some sanding sealer on it, and maybe CA glue in that crack. I'm not going to show you the sanding here because you just can't see anything. When I do the final sanding on the outside, I'll show you that. Alright, this is a crazy sequence because I sanded this before I hollowed the inside, but I sanded it to 220. I could see there were cracks in there. I wanted to see if it was going to hold together, and it looked like it would. So I'm going to finish sanding. We're going to go 320 and 400. And I'll be sanding in reverse at about 350 RPM, and come back and you'll get to see the finish come on this. And I got to get some on the bark. Well, here it goes. This is going to be shellac based sanding sealer. First coat. Now I really like the colors in this because the plainest looking piece of wood, once I had it mounted on the lathe, and it was like, maybe I don't want to turn this. It's small and it was an unknown wood, but I actually needed to do something that was not going to take a long time. I'm still kind of getting back where I can get out in the shop, and this is the perfect piece of medicine to get me out here. Well, I like it. I like it a lot. I hope you do too. So let's go ahead and put some on the bark. Now all I have is sealer on the inside at the moment, so it's okay to do this. Oh yeah, that darkens it up really nice. Yummy. Well, just sat in that back room in my shop for a long time. Finally got in line to get on the lathe. I'm happy I did it. Okay, the rest of this is going to look the same. Get a couple coats of this on and a couple coats of shellac. I'll see you when we get to that point and flatten that tenon off. Okay, time to deal with this tenon. I just need to remove some of this so the bowl will sit flat. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch bowl gouge, about 700 RPM to start. Switch to a 3/8 just so I can get in there a little closer. Alright, that's it. So while I was turning this piece, I was thinking, am I actually going to be able to show you a little simple bowl like this? It's so plain looking. Well, it is small, but it is not plain looking. Look at how it turned out. The colors were not in there before I started turning. It just looked like it's something that came from the lumber yard. But look at this. It's got some spalting, lots of stuff going on. Here's the inside. It looks pretty nice. The bark, that's probably the best. It's just beautiful bark. Finished 5 1/4 inches this way. It's 4 1/2 that way. It's about 3 inches tall, and the walls are at 3/8 of an inch. The base down here on the bottom is about 1/4 of an inch. That's what helped me maybe figure out what kind of wood this is, because I think it's maple. Looks just like maple. Very possible we had a maple tree trimmed probably 10-12 years ago. 2 coats is in their sealed coat, 2 coats is in their shellac, outside, inside, and on the bark. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I was looking for something simple this week, and I didn't really expect it to be this nice, and I sure hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did like the video, do me a favor, click that like button and feel free to leave a comment. Both of those things will really help my channel grow. I do lots of different types of turnings, and you never know what might be next, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And a special thanks to all my current subscribers. You really mean a lot to me. So, till the next time, see you later.